We're going to start out here doing the stack by just drawing sketching out this cross-sectional area here. Now if you notice there's the counter bore on the inside where the smoke would actually come out of the stack. I'm not going to sketch that. I'm just going to come straight across and down through the bottom, and then I'm going to use the hole tool to make that hole in the stack. And I'll show you what I mean. So what a lot of you guys like to do is you come in here and you make this a specific distance, and then this a specific distance, and then you get lost right here because you don't know what distance to make this. Now when we dimension these, if we dimension this point and this point, it's going to make this edge for us, and I'll show you what I mean. So what we need to do is just start out with a sketch, a general sketch of what the stack looks like. So it comes out here, goes up here, it comes out this way, then it goes up like this, and then it comes back over, and then it comes back down. Now when we dimension this, it's going to put it all into shape here and make it look right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with all of my vertical dimensions here. So I'm going to do the 0.25, which is this line, the 1.5 up to here, and the total height of 1.75. So how that looks is, here's my 0.25, here's my 1.5, and finally my overall 1.75. Once we have that, we can come back and do all of our horizontal dimensions. So these are in diameters, and since we're drawing half, we're just going to be doing a radius, okay? So half of each of these numbers here. So our bottom line is 0.25, and up here, if you don't know what half of 1.25 is, you can have the calculator do this for you. Or the program, I'm sorry. So if we look here, we have a diameter of 0.25, and then from here to here is 1.25, but half of that. So you can just type in 1.25 and divide that number by 2, and it'll give you that number. Now if you look, it took my little angle away here on the top. We can fix that. Since this line is not constrained, it's not blue, I can grab this and just move it in. Okay? And then to make this 15-degree angle right here, all I have to do is draw up a construction line. You can do construction or not construction. It doesn't really matter in this case because we're not going to revolve that part. So I have a vertical line here, and I'm just going to dimension between these two lines at 15 degrees. And that's all we have to do for the stack. So now I can revolve this. And since I don't have a center line here, you'll have to click the actual profile, and then the axis would be your center line, and then it'll revolve around that axis. Now all that I have left to do is put a hole up here in the top. So we're going to use the hole tool, and we can look here at our hole notes and see that this is a counterbore because it has this little upside down U shape. So I'm going to come in, I'm going to select counterbore, and then from there I'm going to do concentric because I want this to be centered around that circle. So what plane do I want it on? I want it on this plane. And what's the concentric reference, or the circle that we want to reference? This one. And now it's all centered up. Now if you look here, you can see all the dimensions we're going to have to put in. These 4 dimensions are these 4 dimensions right here. Okay? If yours says through all right here, you're going to have to change this to a distance so we can do a depth for this second hole. So let's start with the top, the counterbore number. The counterbore is the bigger diameter, so you can't have this circle be the one on the inside. That just wouldn't make sense. So our counterbore is going to be 0.875, and it's going to drill down 0.375. So if you look here, this would be 0.875, the diameter right here of the counterbore. See how it's that same blocky U shape, and it goes down 0.375. And then our next one is a diameter of 0.35, which is drilled down 1.5. So if you see here, here's the diameter over inside, 0.375, down 1.5. Once you do that, you're just going to hit apply, and now we have our hole. So that's all good and done. The only thing we have left to do is this little chamfer here. So chamfer the bottom edge 0.01 at 45 degrees. Now what you can do here, the default chamfer edge is 45 degrees if you notice here when I click on angle. So you can just make this distance here or here 0.01 and click on the bottom edge. And once you do that, you have a completed smokestack. It's pretty easy, pretty go-to part. If you have any questions, just let me know.